I am Brent Hansen, the owner of the Ironwood Phoenix, which is a business that creates custom pens and pencils. I am a woodturner who specializes in making pens and pencils, but I can also make other things such as bowls and vases. I've been woodturning my entire adult life and can create pens in under 15 minutes. This allows me to sell pens at a lower price than other woodturners and still make more money than them. I have also perfected the art of a glass finish on pens, which is highly desirable in the pen market. I created over 200 pens last year and have the ability to create 160 pens a week as a full-time job. The business is creating custom pens and pencils out of wood and acrylic, and they also have a very nice weight, and every single one is unique. They come in many different pen styles, including fountain pens with endless choices for the look of the pen. There's a pen style for everyone. There's a twist pen, which is kind of a classic old school pen, and then there's bolt action rifle pen, which has, to eject the ink, you have to bolt action the ink out. And there's even a gear shift pen for the car people, which is a gear shift that goes all 6 gears of a manual transmission. And there's magnetic pens that clicks onto both the top and the bottom, so that way you'll never lose your pen. The customers tend to be people who are ages 30 to 70, but there is a few people in their 20s. They tend to be the people who like to use a pen, and they like to have a nice expensive pen. Most of the customers are middle class or higher, since the price point for most of the pens are $30 to $50 and go all the way up to $100. When people get older, they realize how important it is to have a nice pen to write with and are willing to spend the extra money to get one. The competitive advantage I have with my company is that they are cheaper than the high-end pens. Most high-end pens tend to range from $100 to about $2,000, with the average price point being about $250. The ink in my pens lasts significantly longer than the cheap pens, and my pens will last a lifetime, several lifetimes, and the ink refills are cheap and easy to find. All the pens tend to have a heavier weight than most of the standard pens you'd find at the office store, and that weight feels natural in your hand. I can even make the pens as light as the office pens if that's what the customer wanted. All the pens are custom made to order, and every pen is a conversation starter on your desk because of how fancy and noticeable they are. My business is easily scalable because it's an easy trade to learn, and it's not that hard to find producers, and all the jobs would be American, all kept in America. The revenue that I had last year was $5,000, and this was simply just a test run of working part-time, and the business was able to reach a profit of $1,000, and that includes all the materials that I bought and the startup costs. Next year the business will become full-time, and I will hire on 2 people. Last year I had an inventory problem because it was only part-time, and this year we have orders to fill and should easily hit $70,000 in revenue next year. With the added labor costs and scaling, there will be a net loss, but the second year it is predicted we hit $230,000 in revenue, where we will profit $60,000. This includes paying off the loss of the previous year. This business is a good investment because it will be highly profitable starting at year 2 and only get better after that. All the jobs are going to stay in America, and your investment will help employ Americans. And what is needed to get started is a $50,000 investment to get me to rent out a retail space. The front will showcase the items we create, and we'll be creating the items in the back. With this money, I will also be able to hire employees so we can create more pens and eventually set up an online presence. This will allow us to sell all around the world and have way more opportunities to make money. I already have all the tools necessary to make the product, and the investment will be purely used for expanding operations and getting us access to more potential customers.